They banned the teaching of Black history in schools, and the reasons will astound you. We're shedding light on the shocking truth behind the omission of Black history from our school curricula. Yes, schools have forbidden it, putting the future of students at stake. But why? Stick around till the end to see if things have changed in recent years. From the 19th century to the 20th century, deliberate efforts were made to suppress Black history by those in power, aimed at maintaining control and upholding racist ideologies. But why would anyone want to ban Black history in schools? You'll be shocked to know the real reason behind the removal of the stories of a significant part of our population. Children were literally denied access to schools, meaning they were not allowed to make informed decisions. Then, how were they supposed to enlighten themselves? Let's try to understand the dark conspiracy behind this. The Springfield race riot of 1908 in Illinois played a crucial role here. Tensions between Black and white residents escalated, leading to a deadly riot and leaving 6 Black people lynched and hundreds driven out of Springfield. The aftermath of this riot contributed to the formation of the National Association for the Advancement of Colored People, NAACP, in 1909, aiming to fight against racial violence and discrimination. The Slocum Massacre of 1910 in Texas was a brutal event targeted at Blacks, resulting in the deaths of numerous African Americans. The incident remained buried in history until investigative efforts unveiled the horrific details in the 1980s. These are just a few instances of the violence and oppression faced by Black Americans throughout history, painting a grim picture of the realities our Black brothers and sisters have endured. So, why isn't this history being taught in our schools? The truth is, the omission of Black history from curricula was a deliberate act perpetuated by white supremacists who wanted to maintain the status quo of racial segregation and oppression. By erasing these stories from textbooks, they sought to perpetuate a distorted narrative that diminished the contributions and resilience of Black people throughout history. Unfortunately, this trend of erasing Black history continues to persist in some parts of our education system. The consequences of this erasure are profound. Black students are deprived of the opportunity to learn about their heritage, culture, and the struggles their ancestors faced and overcame. Conversely, white students are robbed of a comprehensive understanding of American history and the role Black Americans played in shaping our nation. The erasure of Black history from school curricula has left a deep and lasting impact on Black communities. When students are not taught about the struggles, achievements, and contributions of their ancestors, it creates a sense of disconnection and alienation. It reinforces the idea that Black history is somehow separate from American history when, in fact, it is an integral part of the fabric that makes up our nation. Furthermore, the erasure of Black history denies all students the opportunity to learn about the struggles and resilience of Black Americans in the face of adversity. It prevents them from understanding the historical context of racial disparities and the ongoing fight for civil rights. To make progress, we must confront the uncomfortable truths of our history and ensure that Black history is woven into the fabric of our education system. It is essential to provide students with a comprehensive and accurate portrayal of American history that includes the struggles, achievements, and contributions of Black Americans. Many advocates, educators, and organizations are working tirelessly to promote the inclusion of Black history in our school curricula. They understand that acknowledging this history is not about assigning blame or guilt, but about recognizing the truth and learning from our past to create a better future. It's time to challenge the status quo and demand change. We must call on policymakers and educational institutions to take action and ensure that Black history is given the prominence it deserves in our classrooms. Implementing inclusive and diverse curricula that celebrate the diversity of our nation will help break down the barriers of ignorance and create a more tolerant and compassionate society. Across the country, there are educators who are taking it upon themselves to integrate Black history into their curricula and create a more inclusive learning environment. They understand that by doing so, they're not just teaching history, they are cultivating empathy, understanding, and critical thinking skills in their students.